Hey, it's me, Tarmageddon. Tarmageddon well, or trying to at least. Lately, the universe has been sending me a lot of signs that say that may not be what my future looks like, and so that's been interesting to look at too. Um, Humbling, to say the least. So, as usual, my life and my Cancer seem to move in lunar cycles. So, just coming up to the last full moon, that was the lunar eclipse, Scorpio, Taurus moon, November 8th. So coming up to that one, I was having a lot of pains at night. Like I couldn't sleep because it would wake me up and I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. So I went down and utilized my medicinal cannabis card that I got and got something to help me sleep. And that was pretty helpful. And so I was grateful to be able to sleep, along with my melatonin. And um, I was happy that that was working. And then I went down to my treatment in Atlanta, and that was great. So then I came back and I was like, ooh, it also hurt all day and started, hurting on certain days as well. And then, like, coming into the new moon, which is, of course, the conjunction of the sun and the moon, I got to experience pain all day and all night, never stopping. And at levels like heretofore unimagined, other than childbirth, which, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say the childbirth was a 13. And then what I was experiencing, so like, oh, let's see, the the day 2 days before the new moon was like, it was pretty bad. And then the next day it was really bad. And the day after that was like just terrible. And then by Thanksgiving, it was unbearable. And Thanksgiving's the day after the new moon. So I went to the weed shop and got some medicinal cannabis that I could utilize in the daytime. And that was helpful also, like not necessarily get rid of the pain, but to like lower the levels to where I could sort of walk around. So this is types of pain where like breathing hurts or moving hurts. I like try to put a shirt on, that hurts. I can't hug people. I developed a new strategy for hugging where I would put my arm around someone and put my hand right here to protect my body from making contact with them because that's excruciating for me. And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't get up. Everything was like, and yeah, because my upper mid back hurt and my chest hurt, and it moved over to the right side, the sun side. And so anyway, then like the day after Thanksgiving, the person from my palliative care team called and wanted to get me on some painkillers. I'm like, yeah, I'll try it at this point, right? So she got me morphine, and I didn't like it. I tried it once and was trying to, humble myself and like be open to different options. So I tried it. It was bad. It hurt my stomach, and I decided not to do that again. And so then on the Monday, I met with another doctor, and he prescribed oxycodones, which I had used previously after my surgery, and just for 24 hours. I was like, I'm done. But anyway, when I did those, they didn't cause any other effects besides reducing pain, and they don't make me act weird or feel weird or anything like that. So then, with the medical cannabis and the melatonin and the oxys and some ibuprofen, I was able to do pretty okay with things. And I had a new PET scan on December 2nd, so last Friday, and I went and had some infusions of vitamin C and artesunate, which is the Chinese wormwood, and something called doxycycline, which I don't think I like either. And so I did those, and I do feel better today. So um, on Monday, I got my PET results, and those were not good. So then I felt really terrible, like emotionally, and just about, dying and my healing not progressing while my disease is progressing. And so I had a lot of feelings about that and just like trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with it, and, like still go to work because I love my job and love my kids. And then I was feeling weird about going to work on drugs because I work at a recovery school, and so all my students are in recovery from addiction. So while they're battling to not want to do drugs, I'm like battling not wanting to do drugs, but having to do drugs to function, like to get up, to breathe, to move. And so anyway, after, I think it's possibly because of the infusion, or maybe I'm healing, but anyway, I took my last um, oxy Wednesday at 11, and yesterday I utilized ibuprofen and Tylenol and medical cannabis, and I got through my day. And this morning I took 600 milligrams of ibuprofen, and I haven't taken anything since then, so I feel good about that. I'm like, yay, small victories. And it was really interesting though, because with the oxys, it was actually helping, but my body was getting on an oxy clock. So I was supposed to take it every 4 hours, and I've heard they're very addictive. I'm like, well, I don't really feel anything. But what I started to notice is that at about 3 hours and 58 minutes, or right at 4 hours, like, the pain comes back. Like, I need to take the pill. And then when I'm sleeping, I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I need to take the pill. And so I realized that my body was becoming like on an oxy clock, and I don't really want that for myself. I mean, I may have to, I may have to look at things like that for my future, but I feel like I don't have to today, at least, and not yesterday. So I'm working to move away from that, and keep doing things, in a healthy, happy way without a bunch of drugs in my body, because those don't feel good to me, and they don't make me feel clear-minded. They don't make me feel good about myself. And although they are better than the pain. So, if it comes down to it and I really can't, then I just have to accept that that's what I will need to do to get through it. And so I'm at that point too, looking at my future as possibly one where I'm completely drug dependent to survive or to be able to function. So that has been something to think about, and something to get through, and I'm working on it. And yeah, working on my treatment plan. So trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with the new growth that I have. So this guy has not shrunk, but has grown a little bit. And then I have metabolic activity here, and that has grown. And then I have some new tumors in my back and my pleura. I didn't even know what a pleura was, but apparently your pleura are like the area, I think, like behind your lungs, between your, maybe between your ribs, or I'm not even sure, but I have tumors in them, and I do have like insane back pain, so we might look into doing radiation on those guys. I also apparently have a tumor like in my spinal process L5, which is the vertebrae right at the base where your hips come out. So I have a tumor in there, which is interesting because my lower back feels great. Unlike last time when I busted this tumor, I was in like agonizing lower back pain, but nothing there. So my body is a mystery, and I'm working to unravel it and just support it however I can. And I'm really thinking a lot about death and dying as well, and that, yeah, that is probably just my realistic future, is that um, as I'm feeling this, I'm like, yeah, I prayed, I've worked, I've done everything, and I have faith in all the things that I've done, and all the things that people have done for me, and all the ways that people have prayed for me. I feel really good about it, and it's helped me a lot. Like, it's still helping me, and I know I'm better because of it, like in every way. Like, it's healed my body, my mind, my heart, my spirit, my emotions. So if you're watching this and you prayed for me or you helped me, thank you. It helped. I mean, like, I probably would not be here at all without all that. So I'm grateful I made it this far, and I'm looking at the end of the road, because the feelings that I'm feeling let me know that my body really cannot handle this forever. And I also went to this Qigong retreat last month, and these two women worked on me, and then they were totally sick, like from working with my energy, like, or like what's going on with my body. Like, they were so sick, they were exhausted and unwell. And one of the women talked to me later, and she was like talking about how hard my body is working, and like that I'm like, my spirit is like totally happy and healthy, and it's all out there. And I know that. But I mean, I'm happy in my body too, but my body itself is working really hard just to be here and just to live. So I'll keep making it do it as long as I can, as long as it will. And kind of like I always talk about with my car, I'm gonna drive it till it dies. So I feel the same thing, same way, and I'm doing my best to maintenance it, keep it, lubricated and nourished. And so um, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I, yeah, just grateful and processing so much information and making so many decisions. But I guess, want people to know, like, if you've reached out to me and you want to help me and you want to do all these things and you want to support me, like, I'm really grateful for that. But I don't really need any help right now. I'm actually, everything I'm doing right now, I kind of need to do alone. I need to make my decisions alone. I need to feel my feelings alone. I need to process these things alone. And I need to look at my life alone and look at my death alone. And I'll share all those things with anybody who wants me to later. And I really love everybody, and I appreciate all the offers of help. And yeah, I'm so grateful. And I want to have time with people, but right now I want to have time with myself, because the self that I am, the person who lives here in this body, has limited time. And in order to be there for others, I need to be there for myself first. So that's where I am right now, and it's really good. And so, yeah, thanks for listening, and love you.